Hey guys, Connor, and welcome to the Blue Belt series of the JavaScript Mastery series. Now, the Blue Belt series is going to be all about covering the basics and fundamentals of JavaScript. Everything that we are going to cover across these 12 videos is everything that is essential, everything you need to know if you want to be employable as a JavaScript software engineer. So whether you're fresh out of a bootcamp or you're a graduate, or maybe you're already a junior software engineer and you want to make sure you've got all the basics nailed down, we're going to be covering everything that essentially is essential to be a JavaScript engineer. Across these 12 videos, everything that we cover is going to be essential when employed as a software engineer, right? So everything that you learn, all the key concepts, are things that you're genuinely going to be using every day. And they're going to be things that commonly come up in interviews for junior roles that you're going to be expected to know if you're going to be employed as a professional engineer. Now, you don't necessarily have to have every single thing mastered, nailed down, but you should be at least aiming to, right? You can be forgiven if there's one or two things that you get wrong, but you should be striding to have all of these concepts nailed down. Some of these topics are going to be tricky and they're going to be slightly more difficult to master. Even though this is the Blue Belt series and this is the introduction to JavaScript, the belt ranking system is not necessarily ranked by difficulty, right? It's ranked by the importance of what something is to actually know. Like, is it essential? Can I be employable as a software engineer whether or not I do or don't know this particular concept? And some of these concepts are tricky. They're even slightly harder to master than some of the concepts that we're going to be covering on the more advanced belts, because some of the essential stuff to be employable is just slightly trickier. I have tried my best to keep this as beginner friendly as possible, but there is no avoiding it, so there's no point sugarcoating it either. Some of these concepts are just going to be slightly harder, but when they do become harder, I'll let you guys know so you guys are aware. And the most important thing is just that you're aware of what you need to know, even if you don't learn it from this series. So maybe you can take that topic and try and master it somewhere else. So just a quick side note, this is my first time delivering content in this way and recording myself on video. So it's only natural that it's going to be, these early videos are going to be slightly awkward, slightly rough around the edges. But if you can look past maybe the production quality and how good it's being delivered and just focus on the knowledge that's being given in these videos, then I'm quite confident that you're going to get a lot of value from these videos, even if they're not as entertaining as you would like. So you might already know some of these concepts. Maybe you know none of them, or maybe you know quite a lot and you just kind of discover what some of your weaknesses may be at the fundamental level. Either way, I'm sure you can get something from this series. Now, because we are just covering the basics and fundamentals, the only book I'm gonna be using as reference for this particular series is just this one, the JavaScript Definitive Guide. I'll essentially be going through that entire book and just plucking out the essential stuff you need to know to be employable as a software engineer. So guys, that's enough on the introduction, and I'll see you in the next video.